Have you ever used your looks or body to manipulate somebody? If your partner was paralyzed and could no longer have sex, would you stay faithful?
Did you ever cheat on an ex?
Have you ever felt jealousy towards a friend's success?
Have you ever faked an orgasm with your current or past partner? Have you ever fantasized about someone who's completely off limits, like a friend's partner or your boss?
Have you ever judged a woman for being a kept woman, then envied her lifestyle? Have you ever slept with your partner's friend, cousin, homeboy, and would you?
Do you believe your race or culture is superior to others in any way? If your partner gained 100 pounds and didn't want to change, would you share it?
Have you ever secretly competed with a friend? Have you ever cut a family member off for good? Do you think your parents owe you more than they gave you emotionally?
What's a secret you've never told your parents or kids?
All right.
Well, she got to shift around.
How much money you make?
I think it's supposed to be yes or no questions.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Not Your Average Aunties podcast. I am Joe.
I'm Key.
And I am Jay.
Where we are keeping it real,
Raw,
and relatable while sharing our opinion
and experiences.
and feelings.
All right. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about questions that are taboo, totally forbidden, things that you think about but you don't necessarily want to ask people.
or answer the question too. How we approaching this topic? Like,
So we have here's the way it's going. So we're gonna let you guys join in on this game.
be interactive.
Be interactive,
Have
right?
your favorite
Beverage
of choice.
And the way it works is we each came up with different questions and we're gonna pose it to each other, pose it out to you. And if we choose not to answer, we have to take a sip of our beverage of choice. As you can see, I have been sipping for a while, but it don't matter because I got something back here that in case I decide not to answer. So if we choose to answer the question, we don't have to sip. But if you choose to not answer, you got to take a sip.
Child, this is gonna be interesting.
Because I know the questions that's going to be coming from this one right here.
I'm worried about the question coming from you.
Why me? All right. So who wants to kick it off? Me? Okay.
I want to see what direction.
Would you stay with someone who cheated if the sex was bomb?
No.
No.
Okay. That's good. Next question.
Have you ever faked an orgasm with your current or past partner?
No.
Yes.
Bitch, we faking? I ain't got time to fake. If it ain't popping, dopping.
So what'd you do? You told him that this is
Let me find out. You was like, you wanted to get it over with? You was tired?
This was in my younger years. That's why it didn't last long.
I ain't faking shit. I'm gonna be, you're not gonna get nothing out of me.
Exactly.
And and then you're gonna be wondering what's going, am I doing? I'm like, this ain't. But I'm gonna try to help him.
Yes.
I believe in talk. Sometimes you got to talk them into the O. You know what I'm saying?
I had to do this twice in my life. The first one, it didn't last very long. And the second one, I had to coach.
Well, no, but talking into it, that's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, talking.
Now, if you don't do nothing with it after I've been, giving you
a
some
little guidance.
Yeah, then yeah. But luckily it worked out.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Okay. Who answered that? Who asked that question? You.
I did.
Okay, your question. You next.
I don't know if I should.
Just ask it. It's up to us if we gonna answer it or not.
Take a sip.
Have you ever had a threesome?
No.
No.
Not interested.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Do you think your parents owe you more than they gave you emotionally?
No.
Okay.
That's a tough one. Emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
no. And the reason why I say that, and that's why we can go for most people, they give you what they know.
Yeah.
What they would equip with at the time. So
Exactly.
That's
as an adult person, maybe if I was younger, I probably would have thought differently. But as an adult person and as a parent now, I feel like you only know what you know, and you could only do it what you know.
Yes.
So I would say the answer is I think she did what she could.
Okay.
So if your partner lost everything financially, would you stay?
Yeah. You could always build it back up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're talking about current partner. I mean, yeah. We could build it back up.
If you can erase one law from existence, which one would you choose?
Well, I wouldn't erase the law. I probably would change it because I feel like certain crimes don't warrant the punishment, or certain crimes have a harsher punishment where lesser crimes. Lesser crimes have harsher punishments where worse crimes should.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would change our judicial system to be more up modern.
Yeah.
Because right now we have just an antiquated way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So that encompasses a whole bunch of different laws.
Yeah.
I would change the death penalty. I probably would.
To what? No death penalty?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I disagree with that.
Why?
Some people got to get got.
Yes.
But here's my justification for that. Because when you look at the judicial system today, how many people are in jail serving time for a crime that they did not commit?
I agree with that.
You have people that are not being charged or serving time.
Agreed.
They should be serving. So having that uncertainty is why I would say.
Okay. I feel you on that. Okay. Have you ever judged another parent's choices? You remember, you could choose not to answer. Shouldn't take too long now. Don't be ruminating. Okay. How about you? Have you ever judged another parent's choices? You want to answer or no?
No, I haven't. I've never judged.
Okay.
What's a secret you've never told your parents or kids? You ain't doing all those secrets today. Taking my sip too.
Ain't nobody want to answer this. Hey guys out there, you want to tell us a secret? Just ask it, man. We could choose to answer or not.
Did you ever cheat on an ex?
On an ex?
Did you ever cheat on a
cheated?
partner, present or ex? Like out of all the relationships, did you ever cheat?
I've cheated because I wanted to know what the fuck I liked. So I ain't even gonna play those games. It ain't my husband, but I definitely was. I wanted to see what was out there, and was it wrong? Yes, I was young, but I wanted to see what the fuck was going on out there, and I'm happy I did everything I did. I don't regret a damn thing. So yep, I sure did. Yep, sure did.
I have once in my life. Yes, I have.
I have.
All right, it was on me. Have you ever cut a family member off for good?
No.
I
have, but I am reconsidering opening that door.
Okay.
Now.
I have, and in famous words of Kendrick Lamar, people think they're entitled because they know me since I was a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off if she don't see it like I see it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The granny would have to go, I guess.
It ain't just the granny. That's a general metaphor. But I will cut you. It don't matter. Family not.
I'm not opposed to it. If I have to, I would, but I haven't had to.
Yeah. That's good. That's a blessing.
Have you ever used your looks or body to manipulate somebody? I want to know the detail of that one.
Have I ever used my looks?
Put your leg out when you got stopped by a cop.
Oh no, I was
up your cleavage a little bit when the cop pulled up.
Yes, I've done that because I love the girls.
Yeah, officer, I just had to get home.
Do you believe in soulmates, or do you believe that that's a fairy tale?
I absolutely believe in soulmates, for sure, for sure. How about you?
I do.
Okay. Have you ever felt jealousy towards a friend's success?
No.
Okay. Good.
I support and applaud everybody.
I've never do that.
Dang.
Side note, there's a game that my husband and I were playing. It's called Deep Conversations, and something along this line came up. Not this question, but around jealousy. And I had to say, like, I don't get jealous. I get inspired by people, but I don't get jealous. Yeah. Like, that's just not. I don't envy people. Nature. I don't look at people and covet and like I want that.
Right.
No, that's not something that's in me. So no.
Would you ever marry strictly for money or access?
No, got to be more than that for me.
Yeah. Neither.
She's screw face.
If this last one don't work, yes, I'm all about pension and security.
She's like the pension. Oh my Lord. Okay. You're next.
If no one ever judged you, what's the one thing you would do differently right now?
I'm gonna drink myself. I don't want this out there for public consumption. I'll tell y'all on the side, but I ain't telling the viewers.
Oh, I feel you. Okay. So the reason why I'm struggling with this question is because I'm like, am I worried about being judged? But then I have to be real with myself. And I know that there's some stutter steps that I've made because as a human being, you don't really want to be judged. But then I struggle because I'm like, fuck me, you know? So what was the question?
If no one ever judged you, what's the one thing you would do differently right now?
Okay, I can answer this. I probably wouldn't procrastinate on certain things. I know that's very generic, but that's the real answer.
That's an easy one.
Okay. You know I'm clever with my answers. Yeah. Okay. Would you tell your best friend if her partner hit on you?
Yes.
Me too.
Sure would.
I don't play around with them shits. I might back. I might call them motherfucker. What the fuck you talking to? Get the fuck on. Okay. Next.
Would you lie in a job application or resume if you knew you wouldn't get caught?
People do that shit all the time. Cut it out. Listen, us black folk, we trying. Sometimes you gotta just fake it till you make it. And it ain't just black folk, it's everybody. They all do that bullshit.
I haven't done it for me, but I have done it for someone else.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Do what you got to do, and it's up to you to perform.
Spruce it up.
Hell yeah. And now you got to deliver now. If you don't, then that's on you. But, okay.
Would you rather have a life of extreme comfort or one of extreme adventure?
I don't need a whole bunch of listen, I like peace, but I like adventure. It's in my nature. I like to shake it up, do different things. So I need adventure.
I'm more on the comfort side. I like some adventure, but I like comfort. I like to relax. I like to chill. I don't like all that fun stuff.
How about you?
I would like the extreme comfort, but if you're living comfortably, you can still create your own adventures.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, I like that.
Have you ever secretly competed with a friend?
Secretly competed?
No.
Not secretly. Remember, we were like in the different challenges. It's like you're playing games and shit like that. I'm a competitor.
Yes.
You look through my.
She was like, I don't need to be a secret.
She was like, we playing a game. I'm gonna bust your ass.
I love that. I love it. I feel you on that one. In that context, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
If you found out your child was the bully, will you defend them or discipline them?
No, I'm disciplining. I don't play that bully bullshit.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't play that. Cause then I gotta wonder, what's the deep rooted issue to cause you to be that way, and why we need to fix that shit.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah. Okay.
If you had a choice between happiness and greatness, which one would you choose?
Ooh.
Happiness and greatness. Greatness for who? For me or for somebody else? Because I'm going to be happy for me. And I'm going to be great for me too. But I'm going to choose happiness. I'm sorry.
Because this is a layered question. So happiness, or I could be great
and happy.
I could be great and happy. So I'm trying to
because when you say great, I feel like it's for somebody else other than you.
Is being comfortable.
Yeah. No.
Greatness is being very successful, reaching for the stars. Some people just want to keep going and be great at something or anything. Versus just being happy, you're comfortable with the life you've created. You don't want no more, no less. You're content with your current situation.
God.
That's how I looked at the question.
Okay. Because I was thinking about it. I was thinking it's like somebody for somebody else versus having happiness for yourself. That's how I was support.
No, I'm trying to. I took it to AI. So I was like happiness versus greatness. So how would you feel? Happiness is how you feel internally. It's about personal peace, joy, contentment, and alignment. It comes from living authentically, being grateful, feeling connected to yourself and others. And it's measured inside. Greatness is how you show up externally.
Yeah.
It's about impact, mastery, achievement, leaving a mark on the world. Greatness is often associated with accomplishing big goals, pushing boundaries. This is a tough one for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm both. I'm kind of like,
both. Yeah.
I'm going to just sit, bitch. I don't know. I have no clue. I can't, but I think this is a question that will sit with me after I smoke something and I'll figure it out. I'm just keeping it a buck. So have you ever been jealous of how another parent raises or spoils their kid?
No.
Okay, good. Next one.
Have you ever fantasized about someone who's completely off limits, like a friend's partner or your boss?
No.
Ever
Hell to the no.
Yeah, but read it again.
Have you ever fantasized about someone who's completely off limits, like a friend's partner or your boss? No.
I have not. I don't play that shit. Tell the truth,
I've
nigga.
had dreams about my boss, but not a friend's or
Ooh,
husband.
your boss.
Okay. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Not no shit now.
Okay, I feel you.
Because it's mostly shut up.
Actually, I think I might know, because I remember back in the day, you used to work someplace I couldn't say, but me and you had a conversation. Let me shut up. Think I might know, but I'm gonna shut up. I mean, it's so old.
Well, yeah,
it don't
it's a long
even matter.
time ago. Yeah.
Your turn.
All right.
Oh, she got to shift around.
How much money you make?
Bitch, I ain't telling you.
Sit my class.
Enough.
I knew y'all were both going to sip your glass. I just wanted to see.
But you know what's interesting? Because the Gen Zers and everything, they be
They be
sharing.
coming out with the right off the rip.
Enough, nigga. More than what you think, nigga. I'll just say that.
I had a more politically correct way of asking this question, which is,
Ask it.
what's your field like in terms of earning potential?
So I would say in my line of business is for sure 6 figures. And that, you know, we're talking, I ain't talking about no bullshit. It's not bullshit. I'm not talking about no 100,000. I'm talking about, and the reason why I almost said preface it by bullshit, because $100,000 right now, depending on where you live, that shit do not go. You could be in the 300, 400 range in you could be that way in a base and then tack on the bonuses and stuff like that. You could totally do that. Yes. But you got to be that. You have to have that hustle shit.
Yeah,
for sure. So I would answer that. That's cool. I mean, and the reason why, because and I'm in HR. So I put it out there because I think people need to know that. Like you could make that. And it depends on your industry. It depends on whether you're in tech, finance, healthcare. It depends on your level. So you could totally make that. Yeah. I think it's valuable for folks to hear that, because this salary is something that's so, like, you know. Okay. You drink your thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She bitch say, yep. Let me ask my question. Do you secretly look down on people who don't manage their money well?
Not my business. Nope.
same here.
Okay. I don't either. And you do what you got to do. Jay.
If your partner gained 100 pounds and didn't want to change, would you say it?
Oh, shit.
You said if your partner...
If your partner gained 100 pounds and didn't want to change, would you stay?
We gotta work that out. And the reason I'm not gonna be attracted. So and this is coming from a person that's gained weight, you know, myself. So, but 100 pounds is a lot of pounds. 100 pounds is more than 20 pounds. 100 pounds is more than 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, 100 pounds.
That's a lot.
Yes.
So we have to. I'm not gonna be attracted to that. That's just me. Somebody else might, but I can't. So we have to work that through. And if it's a health condition, we need to work it through. Like, what can we do to mitigate that? That's my take. Real talk.
Okay. I'm already a big healthy chick. So 100 pounds is a lot. Like,
no, don't be stupid.
and you putting on 100 pounds more than what I am? No. That's a lot. We would have to work something.
Gotta work it out. We
going to the gym together. We
gotta work it out. We gonna be getting some salads and shit, and we gonna figure out what we need to do.
But they don't want to change, so they ain't doing that stuff.
Then it's over.
No. Y'all said what y'all said.
I said what I said. I mean, what we gonna do? Because if you don't want to change, you want to be like that.
Right.
Then
this is not going to work.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah.
Can't keep breaking box springs and shit like that. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry.
You're shaming, your body shaming.
No, I'm not. No such thing.
It is a such thing.
No. Not what I'm just saying. No. All right.
Go ahead, Joe.
Have you ever had plastic surgery in any type of form?
No.
Would you? I guess is the question, I guess.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. How about you?
I still don't know.
Okay. Do you judge people who prioritize luxury items over savings or investments?
Yes.
It all depends on that personal preference, but
it is only if I have an intimate knowledge and know that they're choosing this over this and know that they really can't do it. Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay.
okay.
Sorry.
Wait, how about you? You didn't answer.
It depends on what they're spending the money on. It does. So it just depends. I would need to really know their situation to make a suggestion, and if it's not being taken under advisement, then yeah, I'm judging you. Because now you are putting yourself in situations and it's affecting the people around you. Like, let's say we're going out to dinner and you're sitting here claiming that you're this, and this, but then you're always looking for someone to... Yeah, so...
I feel you.
It just all depends on the situation.
So my answer to that is it depends on the person and who they are in my circle and how much I care about them.
Yeah.
If it's somebody like within my kids or something, yeah, hell yeah. Other people, it's like, do you.
Yep.
Whatever. Okay.
If your partner was paralyzed and could no longer have sex, would you stay faithful?
Shit.
A discussion would have to be had.
So are we talking from the neck down?
That they can no longer have sex.
Are we talking? No. Are we talking? Is the neck down? Is the waist down? Because if you got your hand, can you work your hands? I need to know these things. I need to know.
It says if your partner was paralyzed, could no longer have sex. No sex is not just penetration. So
right. So if it's
no longer.
So, but what does that mean? Is your mouth, your hands? Like, I need to know what you could do. Could you do anything?
Yes.
I'll honestly tell you, that would not be enough either way.
For you?
I the alternatives is just not enough.
Yeah. I might suffocate in niggas. I might have killed him by accident.
I'm gonna say
the alternatives are only
because if I love him,
I do.
I'm talking about her husband. Like we gonna work that shit the fuck out. If you, it that's what I need to know. Is it the neck down? Is it the waist down?
What I'm saying to you, whether it's the neck down and fingers are working, whether it's not the neck down and fingers are working, it's not enough. I'd rather just not have. I mean, I'm not saying I would leave. I just rather not.
A discussion, I get it. Age and all that is a factor.
She is killing me.
I understand where she's coming from.
I'm not saying I would do it.
But a discussion would have to be had. It depends on the situation and what's happening. If they still have the ability to use hands and mouth,
that's not enough. I'm sorry.
Okay. The what? Is that? And depending on how many years you've been with that person, I just wouldn't,
Listen, I ain't trying to speak no shit into existence.
Exactly.
So I'm just gonna say, fuck it. I love my man. We gonna work it out. Now I may suffocate the nigga.
You took that drink.
No, because I'm not gonna cheat.
I'm not gonna cheat.
But I'm sure, like, that's why I need to know, like, what works. But I know what your question is not stipulating. Just need to know, because certain things I may be able to, we could figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could figure it out.
What would y'all do?
That's why I said we
Recline that goddamn when he's sitting in that motherfucking chair.
exactly. Yep.
Lord Jesus, sit on that.
Yes.
Start calling the Lord.
He gonna be like,
Motherfucker.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Jesus. Let's get our composure. Hold on with my head. I need to fuck up my head with this shit.
your turn.
I still love that question. Child.
What's one socially unacceptable thing you think should be normalized?
What's one socially unacceptable thing that I think should be normalized?
I think it's supposed to be yes or no questions.
She's like, bitch, you making me think. That should be normalized. Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that's the crux. That's the thing that's getting me.
Because that's very subjective.
I don't know. I have some thoughts, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. So I'm gonna take a sip.
I don't think every criminal. I don't think just because you have served time in prison that you should not be able to vote. Has to vote, depending on the crime.
I agree with that. That's a good one. Good job. I know that. I like that. And I also think just because you've been you've been justice impacted, that you shouldn't have this thing over your head where you can't get a job.
Right.
That was my.
So I don't think that
took
she
mine.
triggered that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever stayed at a job where you were disrespected because the money was so good?
No.
I've been disrespected at work, but I didn't stay because of the money. I stayed because the issue got resolved.
Okay.
Yeah. Money was not a factor. It was addressed and resolved.
For me, there's been times when I've been disrespected, but we gonna make sure that money's right, and we gonna make sure that we rectify the disrespect each time.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't get rectified, then I'm out.
I was gonna say
Either I'm out or they gonna put me out.
right.
It's one of the two.
I was gonna say if it did not get resolved, I had to leave. But it got resolved.
That was
It helped. The one time I got disrespected, I left because it didn't look like it was going
gonna be resolved. Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be rich and alone or broke and deeply loved?
I mean, I've been broken, deeply loved.
Been there, done that.
But I don't want to be rich and alone.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
I want companionship. So yeah. How about you answered?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Child. I'll tell y'all, but I ain't telling the people out there.
Okay. Have you ever judged a woman for being a kept woman, then envied her lifestyle?
No.
May have judged, but I did not envy.
Okay.
And the reason why I may have judged because they freaking complained. The hell are you complaining about?
You know what? I couldn't say that. Yes, I did. I did judge, and it wasn't because they were home. It's just the complaining.
Yeah, I can understand like and I probably should not have because I actually at 2020 hindsight don't live in the house with them. I just couldn't understand.
So I've never judged. There's a couple of women I know that are kept. They don't work. They do. But I've never judged, and I definitely never envy because it always comes with a price.
Yeah.
And that price is something I'm not willing to pay. So
Yes.
we're good. But it's good for them. It's excellent for them. It's just not for me.
Yeah. No envy there. Have you ever withheld love or affection as a form of control?
I wouldn't. No. Not as a form of control. it's because if I felt wronged, but not for control. No,
Not for control, more for punishment.
wait,
That's the same
it's
thing.
the same thing.
No, but that's not control. You're withholding it because they did you wrong and you weren't in the mood, or you just didn't feel like they deserved that type of attention from you until it was corrected. So that's not being controlling. That's you standing your ground on something that was done.
I can see what you're saying. It's not. I can see it's not. But you're controlling the situation. I guess. Okay. Okay.
It's not controlling the situation. You're like,
Well, I guess because you said for punishment. So something that went wrong, you didn't like it. So you're like, all right, you ain't getting nothing.
until you apologize or until you realize what you did was wrong.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's not being controlling. That's you standing your ground on.
Okay.
How you
10 toes
think
down.
you
I feel you.
yeah.
Okay.
What's the one thing in life you regret?
Not being financially literate sooner.
I would second that.
Start that.
Okay. Do you feel pressure to look younger as you get older?
No.
No,
Okay. Me neither.
because I look damn good for how old I am. So
I think it's not necessarily pressure, but more mindful of how I'm taking care of myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite child?
No.
No.
I don't either, but do your children think you do?
Yes.
They probably do, but they know that we don't get down like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would you have kids right now?
Hell no.
Nope. Not.
There's not even a this shit is done.
I asked a question.
I'm like, girl, bye.
With all these women not having babies,
That's good for them. That's good for
that's
them.
what I'm just
I put in
asking.
my time. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm done. And it's not because I didn't love the entire
process
of having children, holding, being in my body, going through pregnancy, raising, just not even it. That was beautiful. I'm just not in that stage. So my mindset is not there. I'm not there.
Made my contribution to the human race.
That's what I say all the time. I made a contribution 4 times over. I'm good. Have you ever felt ashamed of how your body changed over time?
Yeah, at times. When the weight gain is there and I don't like it.
fluctuations. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a shame, but it's like you got to get your shit together. You can do this, and it is really in your power because there's no, apart from menopause and stuff like that, is you can do it. You got to stop bullshitting. Meaning me. When I say you, I'm talking about bitch in the mirror. I'm looking at me. I'm like, bitch, you get your shit together. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you could change one thing about your partner without them knowing, what would it be?
I would say this, to be more romantic. That's one thing that my husband is not. He's not the most romantic type person. He knows that. We talk about it all the time.
Oh, okay.
We talk about it all the time. Ain't nothing I'm going to ever put on this motherfucking show that he don't know about. So we talk about it like it's not innate with him. That's not his thing. But is he charming? Does he know how to say the right things all the time? But the romance piece, that's not his thing. So yeah.
Being more attentive.
Okay.
Better listening.
Okay.
That too.
Listening to hear.
Okay. I feel you. Okay. Your turn. You ain't supposed to be sipping in between. That's not how that's how the game goes. Go ahead. Your question.
Do you enjoy sex?
Absolutely. 100%. 1000%.
Yeah.
It's important.
See, I don't like your answer.
Why? Because I say,
Yeah, I'm not.
I looked at you. I answered you. I looked at you.
Yeah. This is an important part of life.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, shit. Not everybody feel that way. That's
No, some people think it's a duty. Some people think
No, I don't
it's
never
like
think that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
That's good. Hear me now. Would you trade years off your life to have your 25-year-old body back?
No.
Yeah, no.
I ain't doing that. I want to live. Flabby and flubby and everything.
Have you ever had a same-sex attraction or experience you've never told anyone about?
No.
Me neither.
Have you?
What you think?
Oh, shit. Okay. Tell the truth, nigga. Either drink or... Okay, drink it up.
And listen.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Listen.
It was
Tell the truth, nigga.
you know, I can't talk about it. There was one.
attracted to me in the same sex and caused problems in my relationship.
Oh wow, no. This was a moment in passing. We were conversating, vibing, and for the first time, I looked at that person as very attractive. Like, it was crazy the vibe that was happening, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? But
But listen, let's make no mistake. I think women are attractive.
yeah,
I see a
Absolutely.
beautiful woman out say she's
Absolutely.
what have you. But this was somebody who was very attracted to me, kept making it known, was not shy about it, and I could say I didn't know how to handle or deal with it. Okay, I was like, "What is this?" And like, why me? Kind of question.
Yeah.
Okay, I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he just was not happy. I'm like, I can't control this person.
You can't control it. You can't control
you
it.
can't get, especially if you wasn't given any type of indication that you was interested or gonna return.
I guess me being friends with them didn't help because we weren't friends, so it didn't help.
And you've spoken that you didn't like it, and she continued, or you just never had that
We
conversation.
never had the conversation. Like it was nothing where lines were crossed, but you knew.
What was
Clearly, that
Yeah.
would you have ever entertained if your boyfriend wasn't in the picture?
No.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. How about you?
No.
Okay. Have you ever slept with your partner's friend, cousin, homeboy, and would you?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever slept with your what?
Your boyfriend or partners, either prehistorically or current, friend, cousin, or their homeboy. And if you haven't done it, would you? You don't got to answer. You can take a sip. All right, nigga. I have not. I just can't do that.
Yeah. Do you believe your race or culture is superior to others in any way?
I believe that we are trendsetters. I believe that we just unfortunately don't understand as a collective our power. And we're trendsetters across industries.
From forever ago.
For yes, and it goes back, and we just don't understand how powerful we are. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. I agree with that. The things that we create and,
Yeah.
and develop and
Yeah,
oftentimes don't get credit for.
yeah, for sure.
Have you ever been jealous of a sibling?
No.
I felt like the opposite, and not necessarily my actual immediate sibling, but a family member, I'll say. I felt that way before, but I have not been.
Okay. Have you ever judged someone for not being black enough?
No, because I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
What black enough means.
But it's open for interpretation.
True. But
Because my version of it may be different from somebody else's, so it's hard to define that. How about you?
No,
Okay.
because I didn't like the fact that I was being judged
Yes,
about being
by
black.
doing yeah.
yeah, because that just says make me think like, oh, you talk like a black person. What does that mean?
Yeah, well,
Drives me crazy.
yeah. People say, yeah.
Do you believe some people just aren't meant to be parents?
Yes.
Me too.
How about you?
Yes,
Okay.
I strongly believe that. Do you believe that some people are just not meant to be in relationships?
It depends on the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on time in their life. For sure. How about you?
Why does timing have to mean?
Because sometimes you could be on your grind and just trying to get your career going. You ain't got time for that. Some people, you're so focused on this that you may not have time for that. You just need companion. You need a release. So maybe that just may be sexual, but not in a relationship. Because it takes time. Sometimes that is the case until you get to a certain status within your career. And like, okay, now I can give more time to this person.
That's one aspect. But if you're an unhealed person,
That's a whole nother. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe that too. Yeah. So, how do you wipe your ass? You
get your order in which you do it.
you can choose that.
Front to back.
From front to back.
That's the way we was taught.
How do you wipe your ass? You want to answer it or drink? And I'm not just talking about how you was taught from front to back. Do you just use a tissue? That's all you. I want this. How you wipe your ass? And then I got a second part of the question. This is a twofer.
wipe your
How do you wipe your? If you do number 2, how do you wipe your ass?
Oh, with wipes from front to back.
Yeah, same. Front to back.
With wipes.
Exactly. See, I don't want to see nothing on nothing. Like with my last wipe, but
No dingleberries, no nothing.
My last wipe better be clean and clear.
And if I'm not using a wipe, I'm using a rag.
Yeah. Or if you're in a situation where you got to wet the tissue, and do what you got to do and just keep going.
Like I said, the last wipe better be clean and clear.
Okay, so then how does a blind person know when to stop wiping?
You know what?
You
touching on.
I just need to. I
wouldn't know that answer to that.
I'm wondering, how do they know?
It is curious.
It's true.
They would know their body and feel. Yeah.
Sure, I'm not feeling for that.
No, like how do you know? If you're blind, how do you know when to stop wiping your ass?
Man, I wouldn't know the answer to that. And God, hopefully I never have to experience.
I hope I never. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you
have somebody come in here and check? Is it clean? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nira, you're crazy.
I know. We gotta shake it up a little bit.
Have you ever ghosted someone who truly didn't deserve it?
Say that one more time.
Have you ever ghosted someone who truly didn't deserve it?
That didn't deserve it. So why would you ghost them?
Because maybe you're just not in the mood. Yeah. If I'm choosing me over anybody, I don't give a damn. If I'm not in the mood and I just don't want to be bothered, I'll answer that text another day.
Yeah.
I'll answer that call another day. I'll call you back. Not just real talk.
In that respect, yeah, I would say because I'm not in the mindset of the headspace to entertain.
And it has nothing to do with that person. I'm just not there.
Yeah.
So they can be calling me on some great stuff. I gotta protect me, Lucius. Okay,
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm notorious for that. Other than your plant action, have you ever indulged?
Nope.
I don't play that shit. That's the farthest I'll go.
No.
I might fuck around with some shrooms. Who knows?
Shrooms? Oh,
I don't know. They say that like microdose. I'm doing research. Real talk. Doing research on it because it's supposed to open your mind. I just need to learn a little bit more about it.
So the couple, Sterling K. Brown and his wife, on one of the episodes, they talked about this experience they had, and I don't know if it was shrooms or something else, but it's a psychedelic, whatever. They had me cracking up, but they had me curious.
Yeah. So I that's the farthest I'd go. Like hardcore, like cocaine. I ain't doing that.
Good.
I ain't doing none of that. I don't even have the desire. And maybe I'll dabble in it or not shrooms, but I just want to look. I want to research, learn a little bit more about it. So there's nothing wrong with that. I feel okay. Do you think people of color gatekeep progress within their own communities?
They keep it with themselves.
I think we do too much of that.
Individually.
I think we do too much.
I don't think we do enough of it I don't think we share enough within our communities.
I agree.
Keep to ourselves.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
okay.
If your best friend was being cheated on but looked genuinely happy, would you tell them? Sure would.
Yeah, I'll tell them. I'm snitching. I'm just sing like a canary.
I'm notorious for that. I wouldn't tell you. If you had a friend that was talking behind your back, would you tell? Talking about another friend behind your back, would you tell them?
I'd bring up the situation, but I also weigh in how serious if the person's going to listen to me or not, because I got to weigh in their relationship with the person.
Okay. I probably would encourage the person to tell the other person what they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
100 humans versus one gorilla. Who's going to win? I know. I'm
not sure how a gorilla is. 100 humans versus one gorilla.
Them gorillas will fuck you up.
Yeah, they play.
I don't play with no fun.
So it depends on how. So if you try and go 1-1-1, you done. Y'all go in a swarm of 100 people, I think you might be okay. If the whole 100 people go shh.
So who's going first?
No, or if they going at one time, they go at one time. Well,
do you understand the power of a gorilla?
If you go one person at a time, they're gonna take you out. So if you go bam, if Joe go bam, but if we all go 100 together, dude, he can't get all of us together at the same time.
Child, you charge a gorilla, you be like, oh, that motherfucker, pow, right you in your check. I don't play with monkeys.
I don't either.
Not even the little monkeys, because they'll scalp you.
I'm just trying to look at the ratio.
So you're saying
we gotta go together. We can't go one at a time. We gotta swarm.
There has to be a plan in place to
yeah, you can't go.
But I think it can be done. Not 1 against 100. No.
My bet is on a gorilla. I'm sorry. Them gorillas they're so strong.
Let us know what y'all think out there.
Yeah, 100 humans versus a gorilla. What you think? Who you think is gonna come out top?
We're gonna put a poll in the. Do you think your parents failed you in any way?
Ooh, I wouldn't. No, I don't think they failed me. I think there's certain circumstances. Sure, I think my father could have been around a little bit more. My mom is a different situation, so she did not fail me. My father could have stepped up a little bit earlier, but at the end of the day, my life is as a result of the decisions that I made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Yeah, and I even to add on to that, I always go back to there's no freaking magic or there's no book, there's no guide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Parents do what they know best in any given situation. Yeah, that a situation can be, but when you are fully in charge of your own life, it's on you.
Yeah, so decisions I made.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you date someone with a disability? Forget the being paralyzed, me aware.
Yeah.
But if they had a disability, would you still date them?
I don't know. I truly don't know because I if it's
so would you date a blind person?
I honestly I can't say because I haven't had the experience. I don't know. I wouldn't say yes or no because I don't know.
Yes, that's an interesting question. I kind of feel like that there in some ways there are many of us that have certain disabilities that are undiagnosed. We don't even know,
Right?
But we're in a dating scene, right?
Right.
Or what one would perceive as a disability. So I don't know, and I haven't had that experience, like the overt, the ones that you can see, like if you're deaf, you can't hear, you're blind. Possibly. It depends on their charisma and their swag.
Yeah, no
you know, and what they bring to the table. It's all the same. It's got to chart all the same things that I would do if I was, on the market. Yeah.
Disability. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know. It would all depend on the person and
Yeah.
and how we were vibing at the time that we met.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you ever been jealous of someone else's body?
No.
Jealous? No.
I don't get jealous, so no.
Do you secretly believe some people are too far gone to be helped or healed?
Yes.
I don't secretly believe. I just believe it.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not secret. You're right. I believe that. Yeah. Because they don't want to.
Right.
Yes. Do you judge women who let themselves go after marriage or kids?
No.
I don't either.
Their personal choice.
Yeah.
Do you truly believe in monogamy or is it just conditioning? I believe in
I believe in it. Yeah, I believe in it. And my last question, have you ever worn something revealing just to feel wanted again?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Me too. Is it to feel wanted
But I don't
or
need
to get attention?
No. Just to feel sexy. It's not.
You're probably more.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to spice things up where you feel like you're not doing.
Yeah, I don't know. But the question was wanted.
Yeah, so maybe.
Because I felt wanted. It's to feel sexy.
Yeah.
I felt not to feel wanted, but to feel sexy. Or to make me feel sexy. Because I like to feel sexy.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Look.
So
I'm very confident when it comes to certain things. And
Yeah.
in that area.
So, if any of these questions resonated with you or you have a response to any of our questions, we'll list them in the show notes.
Yes.
Add your comments because we would love to hear.
Look at it from you guys.
We are going to review and share on a future episode.
Yes.
What the viewers had to say about the 21 forbidden questions.
And if you have questions,
Share.
ask it. If you got some questions, put it in there. We'll see if we can answer or we're going to take a sip.
With that, real talk, real laughs, and real auntie energy.
Yes.
Because we're not your average aunties, baby.
Until next time, bye.
Deuces.